I guess, where does LinkedIn fall into the process, right? Everyone's always curious about using LinkedIn. Does LinkedIn come before email, after, during, as part of follow through? How do you use LinkedIn in your outbound process, and where does it fit in?
I mean, we're talking business to business. I imagine that the business to consumer, that you got to look at Facebook and Pinterest and wherever you fall in where your targets are. But for us, being business to business, IT services to other small and medium businesses in the area, the aspect of in expanding that Rolodex. We started last fall with our email campaign. Was it like I chatted, was a LinkedIn email combo. We basically started out in that, and all the people who didn't already know me, that I was second connection in and accepted my connection request, they got a series of messages in LinkedIn, and then we supported it with some emails. But that has a pretty fast decline in who we can go after and how we can go after in that. So we have a long tail on it, but doing what we're doing here, like we now have more contacts because of the connections in LinkedIn that we can put in a Nerdwise campaign, where it's like, okay, now we can keep that humming at a more sustained rate, is what we're anticipating. But also want to tell you and report here that we had our first conversion on Friday. So the signed client, for us, it's about monthly recurring revenue, $3,000 dollars per month. It's an annual contract, and that was someone who said no. And I replied with something that was as high value and energy as I could, and it came back a few weeks later and said, "Hey, could you maybe take a look at this? Can you give me a second opinion on this sort of thing?" And they were in pain. Obviously, in email, you're not letting on to that. It's just like, maybe you can just help me with this. And the guy wasn't sleeping. 3:00 in the morning is thinking through his problems. But yeah, we got that across the line on Friday.